BM, BM. Oh
Hey,
no, I can't
hey,
hear you. Oh, there you go.
I was on mute. Yeah, the infamous mute button.
Lost your voice. Pat lost his
Yeah, right?
voice.
Yeah.
First time. I feel like you've always got so much to say.
I still have a lot to say, actually. I'm over here like I have a lot to say. So, um, what's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I just want to make sure I get this chat open so I can see all the things everyone has to say. Um, this is awesome. This is day 4, the last one for this week. But we have a whole nother week um of stuff planned for you next week, which is going to be Vibe Code Week. This is a mini app based builder quest week where the goal of this week was, you know, we have TBA, we've launched the base app. It's been incredible. We're slowly onboarding more people. Uh, we're gonna, increase the amount of people coming onto the app over the next coming weeks. And so we know a lot of the builders want to build mini apps and share that with the world. The users want to obviously use your apps and use TBA. And so we thought this week would have been really great for the builders, right? To launch a base builder quest, give you another opportunity to showcase your art, which, in the form of an app, and, your creativity, and then support you in that, right? And the way we want to support you is give you tips on the best ways to onboard people. What are the best like components, like technical components for a mini app? Thing Mini apps to being like, this is an application. There's nothing mini about it, talking about virality and thinking social. What components will allow your app to become successful, and a social point of that is very important. You want to make sure that it's shareable.
And also you talked about UX, right? Like I watched it this morning because I obviously wasn't there. And it was awesome. Like you guys really covered like the best way to make an app is to make it usable. And how do you do that? You start with UX. You make sure the onboarding is good. You make sure that when I first open that app, this is the first time I'm using your application, guys. Like I want to like hook me in. What's the hook? Like why am I going to use it again? And what am I
E-
doing? Don't make me feel like
Exactly.
I've gone to the wrong place on Google Maps, you know?
Exactly. And you never want your users to feel that way. You never want them to feel like, what am I doing? Right? Again, we want them to use the app. We want them to feel confident. We want them to feel like it's super intuitive. So that's where design comes in. Design is extremely helpful to the success of your app. And today we want to talk about debugging. Everyone's favorite thing to do is debug, of course. So yeah, that's right. I see people commenting. Yeah, your mini app is your art. This is the creativity. This is your child, and want to help you
Love
to,
that. Love that
yeah, for
comment.
sure. It's your brainchild, of course. Yeah, today we're going to talk about debugging. Um,
Before
and
we talk about debugging, should we give a shout out to our docs?
yes, and actually, before I even do that, I actually just want to mention the question of the day. So the question of the day, as you know, we've been doing these questions of the day around like the same like theme of kind of like the content we're going to like run through for the day. And today's question of the day has to do obviously with debugging. But we want to know what support tools would make building easier for you right now, right? Like what do you feel is missing? Say you're building a house, you got a hammer, you got a wrench. Like what else did you need, right? Or are the screws taking in too long? Do you need a screwdriver? Right, so tell us about, when you think about the apps that you've built today, or the app you are trying to build, what is it that you're like, man, if I just had this one thing or a couple of these things, I would be so much faster, so much more efficient. So let us know in the comments below. And
Also, feel free
we're
to tweet our live stream with like your answer and stuff. So then we know and we
yes,
can get back to you and stuff. Everything that we're doing, guys, like this whole week, even next week when we do Vibe Week, which Pat has like such an awesome lineup, I will let him like spoil that for you guys because I'm so excited. Everything we do is
yeah,
to make it better for you. Like, so always feel free to give us feedback. Always feel free to tag us. Let us know when we did it right. Let us know when we did it wrong. That's the only way that we're gonna grow. We're all learning in public with you. So yeah, I'm stoked.
Absolutely. And that's part of like building in the open, right? It does feel a little vulnerable, but it's a really encouraging way to build, honestly. You get some good feedback and you know, you have the community rallying behind you. The last thing I want to say is submissions. Don't forget to submit your projects for the base builder, builder quest, like the whole reason we're doing this. Be sure to respond and post your mini app links under the quotes. Get those submissions in. You got 5 ETH, up for prizes. That's a lot.
What's the deadline, Pat? Do you know? I'm putting you on the
I
hot
know
seat.
it's Sunday. I believe Sunday, isn't it? Isn't it Sunday? Wait,
Yeah,
what is it? Okay. Okay, cool. Because I'm like, it has to be Sunday. I feel like we talked about this. So it is this weekend.
please.
So yeah, no, please get those in. We're gonna start judging. Yeah, pretty much ASAP. As soon as those final submissions get submitted. So definitely throw that in there. And then so hey, if I am wrong, we're gonna have to change the date. We're gonna have to update the date. But I do believe it is Sunday.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, existing mini apps can join. The only thing is that we do expect them to be like go through the lessons that we've done this week. Make sure that you adhere to like the things that we're talking about. Batch transactions, making sure that you're using quick auth or your if you need like auth straight away, making sure that things feel seamless, that UX and design, like push it forward for us. Like, let us see how you guys are implementing the best practices.
So let's jump into uh debugging. Now, how does this look, by the way? So is this clear? Yes, no? I think it is. I'm looking at it over here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sorry. I was just saying, yeah, it looks incredibly clear, especially now that we have a mini app tab in our docs.
Yes.
Looking
So
good.
now exactly. Yeah. So we made some updates to the docs. This is super fresh. So if you were using the docs like earlier yesterday, um you're gonna notice that it looks a little new. And what is new is that we added a mini app section here. So before we had it under the base app, but there's just so much to know about mini apps that we wanted to create its own section. So I'm just gonna give like just a couple minutes and just go over what kind of the new stuff on the doc site. And we have the intro to mini apps. So we're explaining the lore of why mini apps here, letting you know that they're not many, letting you know it's an easy way for engagement and discovery, right? And how builders can take advantage of these mini apps, right? And take advantage of TBA. TBA is something for you to take advantage of. Um, we built it for creators. We built it for developers to take advantage of because we think it's a more fairer platform and system. Then after the introduction, we have quick starts. Our quick starts, they're a lot, bite size. You get right into it. You can deploy a mini app in like 5 minutes, right? We teach you how to deploy it using Vercel. So this is going to be your hosted URL. So once you got like um, MiniKit installed, you got sort of like a front end. This is how you can go ahead and get that public URL that you can share with your friends and stuff like that. Show you how to get your manifest, create your manifest. This is your forecaster JSON. Again, this is the behind the scenes. This is what's going to index your application. This is what's going to allow people to search in the search bar on Forecaster and TBA when they're looking at the App Store. And then we have a path for existing apps, adding MiniKit to your existing app. Any web application can be a mini app. Okay. I just want to stress that. And then more importantly, we now have this launch checklist. For the base builder quest, I want you guys to use the launch checklist because a lot of the launch checklist is going to be part of the criteria for winning. So use this as your own like internal rubric, right? Use it, what kind of authentication are you using? We talked about not like one, smart accounts, and then and using leveraging the wallet, the TBA wallet, and auto signing in, right? That's already built in with MiniKit, but also the UX standpoint. Don't redirect somebody as soon as they open your mini app to Farcaster, right? You want that to be buttery smooth. Not everyone has a Farcaster account, um, and sometimes that right there is going to be some friction right up, right, right in the beginning. Your manifest file, this is super important. Again, we stress this many times, making sure your embeds and previews are up to date and it's working. When you share that link, it should show a beautiful splash image, right? With a call to action as one of the buttons, either play, read, right? It's going to do something, right? And again, uh, having that manifest will allow you to be able to, so we can search for your app, leverage the social graph. And while we don't have notifications yet, that'll be something in the future. And then there's also something new. You can check out some UX best practices. And next week, we're going to have someone from the base design team talk to you guys on UX best practices. Like next week, you don't want to miss it. Like it's going to be incredible. So yeah, this is part of the mini app. So then we have some design best practices. Again, they're gonna go over this, the do's and don'ts, right? So you can see, what right. Just looking at this, one is just visually more appealing. It's cleaner, your eyes can digest the information, right? The tabs, there's only 3 tabs at the bottom, very simple. One large image, it expands across the screen, and then the text is a lot larger. Beautiful, right? So you
I
want to
just
build
wanna
these beautiful.
I w
Yeah,
I wanna give this a shout out because our
yeah,
designer
absolutely.
mind, I mean, she's incredible in general, but this is, like, my favorite part of the docs, and I'm so proud of this. Like, I feel like this is the best way, like, go through this is how much we want you guys to, like, learn with us and give us feedback about it as well. Like, what do you think? How do you think this works? This is definitely, like, one of my favorite things to see in our mini app docs. It's something that's been requested a few times.
Yes, me too. Um, because again, this is like the cohesiveness, the ecosystem. You guys are part of the ecosystem. You guys are building the ecosystem, right? You guys are the ecosystem. And we want to help you to build a really rich one. Um, so you have this mobile first design. We talk about, so this right here is what, so you're going to fill out these sort of like things in your metadata, right? So what this diagram shows you, this image shows you is like what each field maps to in the real world in terms of your mini app, right? So the app icon that you fill out in your metadata, right? On that layout, that TX file, this is how it shows up, right? Your app name, this is how it shows up right here. So view this as a way to say, something is off. Maybe I'm not sure which thing in my metadata file it is. Like this is where you go in order to kind of figure that out. Again, another best practice, make it gasless, use a paymaster. And next week we'll go into it, but there's also so many like guides and tutorials on paymaster as well. It's literally, so if you're using batch transactions, that same function of like, your wallet send calls, there's literally just one more parameter that you need to add, for capabilities. You add your paymaster, the paymaster URL, you get it from the CDB portal, you sign up for free. Like it's super easy. You go to,
And you get credits too,
portal.coinbase.com
like, that's the crazy
and you get
part.
credits.
Yeah, it's wild.
What more do you want? No, I'm just kidding. We make it so easy.
You heard it
Yes,
first. Pass
you're in
complete.
embrace, right? So all of this is free. And then you're giving free gas credits. Like, so a lot of this is, we're helping to make it super easy to onboard users to your app. And so, yeah, cool. Um, yeah, there's so much more, but the main thing here is we now have a dedicated section for mini apps. And I want to jump into the whole reason we're here, which is troubleshooting. So there's
Let's
gonna be some
go.
features. Yeah, let's go.
Show me your issues. Let's have a mini
Yes,
app therapy
this is
session.
it's almost like a therapy exactly. It's almost like a
Yeah.
therapy session.
Up to
How are
Sirhi.
you feeling today? Right, right. How are you feeling? Talk to me, right? Oh, I want to go through this doc. We're going to go through this doc. So here's kind of like how we're going to do it. We're going to go through this doc. I'm going to share some opinions on this. So he's going to, also share her thoughts. And then we're going to show you a real life example of like how to use Aruda. I'm new to it, so I might even like lean on Sohi as well for this. But also, yeah, we're here to kind of go through the common issues. And then over here is kind of going to be like our guiding section here. So app discovery, etc. So file structure. We talked about this before. We'll talk about it again because it's so important. Why? Your code is how these mini apps get or they render appropriately. Your forecasting JSON, indexing, and all that other stuff, right? Letting the client know, forecaster and TBA, know that your app exists. It lets them know like the name of your app, the owner of the app, and it's going to be extremely important in when we launch base.dev, right? You're gonna, it's gonna be important because then you're gonna start seeing stuff like analytics around your app, usage around your app. So get this nailed in, get it locked down. If you already have it taken care of, then excellent, you're doing good. Okay. And then the folder structure also yesterday. So he gave you guys examples on how you can create custom routes or custom embeds depending on the route. Why is this important? Well, you might have an existing app today that isn't fully a mini app, and you want to like componentize a part of your app to be a mini app. Well, that's how you do it. You create a new route, you wrap it in some metadata, you render it. I'm simplifying it, but so he's going to come up with some guides later, and she's going to show you how easy it is. Okay, cool. Um, Here is a quick like check, right? So, you know, whatever your question is or whatever your issue is, for example, hey, I tried looking, trying to, find my app in Farcast or tried searching and I don't see it. Well, head over to the discovery and indexing section. Hey, I posted my URL and TBA and Firecaster, but it's just a link. Well, that sounds like your embed is not rendering. And, we have a section for that. Now, the app is, you get to open the app, but then you're having some like wallet issues. We have a section for that. And then mobile testing, as well as maybe you made some changes and things are not just like showing up for whatever reason, right? We have documentation for that as well. And then if your issue isn't here, where do you go? You go to our Discord, our base Discord, and then we have a mini kit channel for you to post all your questions in there as well. But before you go there, if check here first, and then if not, then you go to the Discord.
And I just wanted to say, like, the last step as well, like app closing on gestures and stuff like that. That's for my game, like that my mini app game developers. So if you have a game where maybe the user has to scroll sideways or they have to do something else, just go to that section. If your mini app, like your mini app is doing something like that's a bit different, and every time someone does something, it closes automatically. That's your section. That's where you're going to. It mainly affects like a lot of games because games obviously have in-game control. But yeah, that is your section, and yeah, I'm stoked to show you guys a router.
Yeah, I know you are. Yes, you are.
Gonna get it on a shirt and everything.
Uh,
And we
I
we
know.
are gonna talk about I just wanna make one more shout out. First, Queen Wartooth, you have been, I think, at every one of our live streams this week, and I just want to say thank you so much. We do it for you. It's always fun to see like people come back and really get value out of this. And she also wants to talk about authentication issues. So we are definitely going to touch on that. And we're going to specifically talk to your issues because that's what this chat is about. Let us know your issues. We are here. Therapy is open. Let's go, guys.
Let's go. All right, Doc. Let's go through this. App discovery indexing. So does anyone have like I'll breeze through it. And so keep an eye out on the chat and you let me know. What I'm gonna do is I'm generally gonna breeze through it and kind of hone in on the sections that our chat is having issues with. Then we can just like help people in real time because we have these asynchronous docs and they can read it. And it would be really cool to just help someone in the chat. So if you do have issues, them in the chat. We're gonna be we can go over them live. So yeah, we can do that. But then outside of that, I'm just gonna go through these. If your mini app doesn't show up in the search bar, so I got my screen sharing working now, so I'm very excited about this. Let me share my screen, keep it super visual for you guys. Let me go over here and go to Riverside. And then now I'm gonna share. Yes. Amazing.
Moment of truth.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So this is
What are
TBA.
you
If you guys
watching?
don't know, I don't know. Listen, I didn't. Okay, this is embarrassing. I have no idea what this. But
What are
anyways,
you doing?
so
This is
right,
live.
I know this is live, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm glad that's what it was. Like it wasn't anything worse than that. Because in crypto, it can go real left. Anyways, so let's say I'm looking up, I don't know, just an app. I'm going to use Farville in this case, right? Um, and I'll click on the app section here. Really cool, right? Because just on the searching side, you can search for coins, people, and apps. Is really cool. Um, and let's say I was typing this in, and you know, I typed this, oh, Farlow. But let's say I was looking for something and I didn't see it here, right? This is what we call app discovery and indexing issues, right? What controls this is your farcaster.json. If you cannot find your app in this search bar, right? If you type it in, like if I'm looking for Songcast, right? And I can't see this, it does not pop up. It is likely that one, your forecasted JSON is not filled out. But if it already is, you have to ask yourself, did I post this on the feed, right? On Farcaster, you cast, on TBA, you post, right? And let's just go back really quickly. So if I did not, so and just show you, right? If I did not, put my URL here, dope app dot com. If I did not post this, right? It will not be indexed by TBA. Okay. So very important. Get your manifest taken care of. Make sure the signatures and all that are good. All the fields are filled out to the best of your ability. Then post your app. This is how you get it in the app store. It's almost like, yes, this is how you get it in the app store, right? You post. Okay. So there's that. We got the talking chin again. I am so sorry if that caused any trauma to anyone. Uh,
I accidentally wrote "dope pee pee" in the comment in the chat.
what was one of the comments? Oh my God.
Can't
Oh my God.
HR
Being live is, yeah,
can't take you anywhere.
can't
I
take me
also
anywhere.
just I just also wanted to say, like, other than you can't take Pat anywhere, is the other thing that really matters is making sure that your embed is correct.
Yes.
100%. Your forecast, like your manifest matters in search and index, your embed matters. And more importantly, if you haven't casted, you haven't posted, it's not indexed, that is a huge issue.
And that goes into the next one. So we have the manifest and embed. We've stressed this. We've even dedicated 2 days to this. But one thing you've noticed is that we've brought up manifest, embed, like literally almost every day of this week because of how important it is, right? It's almost the most important thing. It's like trying to code and you don't have a laptop. Like it's like you need the laptop. There's no mini app without these things. And so you gotta have that. Um so yeah, there's that. If you have any questions on manifest or embed, put them in the comments. And we will go over it again. No problem. And don't stress if these things aren't clicking right away. It's new. You're part of the cutting edge, you're part of the bleeding edge of doing things. So that's okay. Can users withdraw on offboard? Yeah, I believe so. It's gonna be in the wallet side. Let me see if I can show that. Mm, well, I'm not sure.
I think you would have to like, you would have to have a wallet that you're sending the money to that has access to, like, offboarding. It's not like your base wallet, it's still a wallet, like, it's not Coinbase like the off-ramp, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we do on ramp though. So let me just show really quickly this really quickly. So I'm gonna go back. Don't wanna run the flow here. Cool. So I'm gonna show you the flow. All right. So again, TBA, there's a lot you can do here, right? And on the far right, you have a wallet. Now you can trade, you can swap, whatever. You're gonna be earning through all these different channels. Um, but yes, you can on ramp, and soon there will be off ramping as long as if I'm not missing something, right? But yes, you can definitely do that. There's a couple options for you to on ramp. So you can see Apple Pay, you can use your connected Coinbase account and then a credit card as well. Um, there's going to be some fees associated with, but totally fine. You can on ramp very, very easy to TBA. And then as you earn, you can obviously send money as well
And this is
to
where you
different
can
wallets.
send if you have, like, a Coinbase account and stuff and you wanna send the funds off, you can do that through that way as well.
Exactly. And then there's even this like claim link for other people, if you want to kind of like onboard them and whatnot.
Honestly, that's the
Request.
coolest thing, is that you can
Yeah.
text your friends, and we've completely veered off mini apps, so we'll have to go back, but
I know.
you can text your friends, like, a claim link that will send them money, which I also think is just, like, the wildest feature that you can claim like, I sent this to my sisters before just because I was like, "Look, I actually work somewhere cool." They didn't believe me.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
and then I sent them, like, 5 USDC, and they're like, "Oh, okay, this is actually I get it now." I thought that was really
Yeah.
fun.
It's super fun. It's super fun. And we are coming on topic because this is the cool part, right? Like once we have like this super dope ecosystem of awesome apps, you're gonna want to be telling your friends about it, right? You're gonna be like, yo, you gotta get on TBA. You can post, you can earn from it. Even if you're making $2 a week, $10 a week for a post, one, for some people, that's a lot of money, right? When you think about the global, again, like when you're building with TBA, you want to think global, by default, because your app is going to be used and accessed by everyone around the world, right? And then, once you have this dope ecosystem, you're realizing, man, I have a social feed here, I have my money here, I can tap to pay. Like this really is my everything app, right? And I'm earning, so it's really awesome. Anyways, let's get back to mini apps. We talked about embeds, wallet connections. So when you're building mini apps for TBA, the number one thing that comes up with wallet and issues is if you're kind of like you're using like maybe an embedded wallet, maybe you're using Privy, maybe you're using, uh, third web and things like that, right? But like we just showed you, TBA itself is a wallet, right? And sometimes you could have these like weird connection issues where users are signing in, maybe they're using like a Google OAuth and it's like a whole thing. Now they've just signed into another wallet inside their wallet and whatnot. It is so much better to use just WagMe and just have your app call and use the provider that's already injected. We're going to be injecting, the provider there. We're using WagMe on the back end for MiniKit, so it's super easy just to do that.
Yeah. 100%. Like, using the preferred wallet is like, making sure that we're using the correct wallet. So if the user is opening the mini app in Farcaster, we're using the Farcaster wallet. If the user is opening in the Face app, we're using the base wallet. We're using their base wallet, right? And the best way to do this is like, obviously, like there's the wallet component from transaction kit from on-chain kit. But then we also like, you can also just, it's a hook in WagMe that you can just use. So we have code examples for both of them, and I definitely would think would like people to go through and check it out and make sure that we're doing that. And when we're sending rewards, because this has happened to me before, I use the mini app and I win something in the mini app and it goes to another wallet. If it's not the connected wallet, it makes me feel like your mini app is broken. And quite honestly, it makes me feel like, oh, am I going to use it again? Because I'm never going to get that those funds back, if that makes sense.
Exactly. So
Double check that we're
imagine,
using connected wallet.
yes, like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, one, we're telling you to keep it simple, but then also we're like, it's a better user experience. Imagine if someone was like, "Hey, you just want some money. It's in this bank that you've never heard of and you rarely access. Go over there. Like, you got to drive across town and get it." You're like, "Well, do I really want to like go across town and go get that money?" And again, like for crypto people who've been in the space and like that's nothing. Oh, it's in my other wallet. I just send it over here. But for new users, it's gonna be this whole like thing of trying to figure out like, okay, this is a wallet. Is it separate from this? How does it work? Right. And you really want it to feel like everything works and everything is seamless. And the ecosystem, the apps in TBA and Farcaster, they're just, top notch. Everything works together. And nailing down the wallet connection is going to help realize that. So, yes, you lag me. Use the wallet connection through MiniKit. We handle that for you. Keep it simple. Keep it really simple. Um, gesture
Kiss.
conflicts. What up?
A kiss. Like, do you know the kiss
Yeah, kiss. Yeah,
principle?
yeah, yeah. Keep it simple,
Yeah.
stupid. Yes. I didn't want to call them stupid. But yes. Yeah, so going into gesture, okay. So out of the SDK, you're gonna have some of these actions, right? Again, like Sohi was mentioning, and I'll let Sohi talk a little bit more about this and even jump into Aruda. I'll share my screen with the console. But if you have a game or your mini app has, gestures and things like that, and maybe it's not working, you're dragging and it's not doing the thing, um, be sure to check your SDK.actions on there. So yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to you for you to kind of like
Hell yeah.
maybe get in the nitty
Yeah,
gritty.
yeah.
Yep.
Let's get into it. Okay, so like essentially what a router does is it allows for the console Pat, maybe do you think you could open
Yeah.
the mini app we have? I sent over
Yes,
to you. So
ma'am.
I've
I
sent
got you.
over a really ugly mini app that I use to test all my stuff. Because that's kind of what I do. And there are two things that I make sure with my testing mini apps is that in my manifest, I have no index set to true. And the reason why is because I don't want them to be like indexed, hence the no index rule. And the second part is like I generally will deploy my mini app, and then there is that little cog at the bottom. If Pat can you touch that? That is your console. So because my mobile's decided to die on me today and I can't show you guys, if I wanted to write console.log say hello like that, I would actually see the written console there. And I think that's really important. I use a router for many things. Like whenever I see something like a button's not responding the way that I think it's going to be, or if I for some reason am like querying context, but I don't remember like how to get the FID. I will console.log in my code in my Next.js, and then it will show up there. Yeah, that's exactly it. If this is a terminal, no need to call me out for for being too long-winded. But
No, no, no.
this is why this no. So I really recommend it. I have to give a shout out to Lamoni because he was actually the one to be like, "Sophie, you should try Aruda." I was like, "Aruda, huh?" And then I
Mhm.
started to use. I'm like, "Oh my god, why haven't I been doing this earlier?" So thank you so much to Lamoni and the Build This Garden team for showing me the way, showing me the right way of life.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is incredible. Um, yeah, no, this is incredible. Anything else you want me to kind of like just from a visual perspective, just go over on this? Do you need me
No,
to
I mean,
click on anything?
no, I mean that's it. Like a router is just that simple.
All right,
And
sweet.
like the transactions there, just me testing out different transactions. I was just testing out how I wanted base pay to work. How did I get it working with MiniKit? That is a lesson for another day. But yeah, I just wanted to like I just had something to sort of work out, okay, like this is how it works. I'm console.logging. I left a router there because it was really helping me like debug something active.
I see Dylan's in there. Base morning, Dylan. What else? Cool.
The mini app
All right.
king himself.
Mini app, mini app lord.
Mini app lord. Yeah, we're so lucky to have Dylan.
Cool. I'm gonna switch back
Also,
over to the yeah.
just while Pat's like switching screens and stuff, I need to give a shout out because I didn't do the video this morning, but like of things that are available to you guys. Oh, and Stellar, it's a router, and I'll drop the GitHub link in the chat again. But Haptics Alive on Base app. How cool is that? So like now vibrations like in your mini app, you can actually enable vibrations in your app as well. So vibrations are like haptics.
Yeah, no, that's fire. I love a good feedback. No, I love a good like clicky sort of thing. Again, that could be a defect at birth, but I love a good, I love feedback. But yeah, build it in your mini app where it makes sense. You know, don't go too crazy where everything is like, vibrating. That's actually kind of funny if you do that. But anyways, um, yeah. So what else is there? We talked about gesture. We talked about mobile debugging. Aruda is going to be your go-to sort of tool for getting that console up and running. You can see the network tab, all these different things. Um, Now we have the section called advanced, right? So what's in the advanced section? Sully, do you want to talk a little bit about this? I
Yeah.
think you
So the advanced power section is more like as we were working towards parity with Farcaster, which honestly like we might have to drop this section soon because it's coming a lot faster than people think because of Dylan, because of Mo, because of the team that is just shipping every single week like nonstop. It's wild. And this was a way that we created essentially like an llm.txt file, but instead of context of like, this is what you should know, we sort of gave it like, I gave it like specific tools to test for, or to look for code patterns. And then it would tell you, okay, X amount is available to, X features are not available yet in base app. Y features are. This is our suggestion in the middle. That's what that was doing. But now that we're moving towards parity, I think I might have to drop that altogether. And instead, I think we should focus on wallet issues because we've had 2 questions about it. Do you want to go into that, Pat?
yeah, are they in the chat? Do you mind like reading them out?
Yeah. So we have one. Well, I'm just going to go through before I answer direct questions. Like, auth was from Queen Walters. And she says that she has already in her mini app Privy as her auth provider. And so she's
I can, I can see it. I don't mind repeating it.
yeah. Yeah, can
All
you
right,
read it
cool.
out?
Yeah, no worries. So, Queen War 2 says, so right now I use Privy for auth, but I don't want users to have to log in at all. And it's causing issues because uh, I also make them an embedded wallet. So do I just lose Privy and let people authenticate with wallet? Um, I have like a follow-up question of like, what made you go the embedded wallet route? But no worries, it doesn't matter because one, yes, you can if you don't want them to log in at all, they'll just use their TBA wallet, they'll use their Farcaster wallet. And as long as you're using Minikit and the Minikit provider, you won't even have to think about wallet issues anymore, right? Because it's going to be their connected wallet and you can grab that wallet um address using WAGMI. You're going to use the user account. You can log the address, right? You're going to have that address for them. Um, Another thing that really works well with, MiniKit and kind of like you can um, have that same sort of like managed wallet flow is if you go to CDP, um, and there's also like the wallet API where literally with a single call you can create a let's see, doc CDP. Let's go to this tab. You can literally create this sort of like same thing as well. You can create like a server wallet, but I honestly think unless like you have a really like strong reason to, don't worry about it. Why? Is because your users won't ever have to worry about losing their seed phrase because all the wallets in TBA are authenticated with passkeys, and they're secure. They're smart accounts, right? And so if they lose it, they can recover it really easily, and they'll still have that sort of like crypto ethos of like owning it themselves, self custodying it, and things like that. Sohi, do you
And
have any thoughts on
also,
that?
yeah, 100%. So, like, a Queen Wallet specifically, if you're building this just for mini apps, or if you're building this for a bigger app, and then Privy is like the thing that you want to use in web, but you want a mini app experience, also remember that you can use is in mini app. You can actually test
Yes.
if your app is being loaded in a mini app, and maybe you show like Privy at that point, but then you can also not show Privy if it's in a mini app. I know that Privy themselves have been working really hard, and they've been fixing a few things to make sure that Privy works with mini apps in the base app as well. So definitely check out that, like, definitely hit up the team, go into Discord. I know for a fact that they've been actively working on that because they're an amazing team. Um, because I've seen, like, Dylan and I have seen the issue before, and he's been in calls with them as well. I think the most important part to really like address before we wrap up today is when you're using the base app, guys. Base app is a smart wallet. It is not an EOA. And there are differences in the way that we handle that. And if you want to
Mhm.
like learn more about smart wallet and why we want to use a smart wallet, base account docs are amazing. But more importantly, I want to just address the fact that if you're doing signatures for EOAs and the way that the signature is going to be for a smart wallet is going to be different. Just inherently, just the way that a smart wallet is. So making sure that you address like transactions and things like that better for smart wallet, um, or just like more efficiently for smart wallet, we have all the documentation to do that. Anything to add, Pat?
No, and I love the fact that you brought this up, and it's why they say two heads are better than one, right? Because I completely forgot about that. Yes, and then
Right. I think we've lost Pat, folks. Yeah, we very much miss Pat. I'm not sure what has happened, but I will wrap it up. Wait, he's back. You're back. What happened? Just left me here.
yeah, they say I'm
Abandonment issues.
technical difficulties, but anyways, yeah, use his mini app before it kicks me off again. um, yeah, were you gonna say something? I see another question. Were you gonna
Yeah,
say
no,
something else?
yeah, I'm gonna answer Soji Crypto. Like, hey, I have a question about smart wallets. What do you think? Are they really important or not? And I'm just gonna say yes, they're incredibly important because the base app works on smart wallet. So making sure that your transactions work for smart wallet, 100% prio, especially for mini apps in the base app.
Yes. Two things I'll add to that is the importance and then making sure the compatibility works. So if you're taking advantage of like if you're using like WagMe and VM, you using like send calls and like batch transactions are going to actually work for both smart accounts and EOAs, right? So that's one thing you can do to make sure that you're set up for success no matter what your user is using. So boom, definitely use that. Now, are they really important or not? Currently, I know most users prefer to use Connect Wallet via external wallets. That's totally fine. The Connect Wallet button is going to work for both EOAs and smart accounts. But I want you to think of this. A lot of the people who are using external wallets, they are crypto natives. So if there's any like weird stuff that happens, a lot of these people are going to be able to kind of like figure that out. However, if you build your application solely for these people, you're kind of leaving out the growth that comes with being smart wallet ready, right? Because a lot of the people that we are going to be onboarding via TBA are going, who's going to see your app in the feed. Many of them might be many of them are going to be, new to crypto from a sense, right? So we're changing this dynamic of like, you bought this, random, shit token or something like that, and you're just holding to a wallet to like, oh my God, my wallet is a social feed. It's a place for me to create and share. And so there's going to be a lot more people who are coming for that, right? They're coming to create, they're coming to look at mini apps, right? They're not coming for like, the numbers go up. They're coming to explore. And you want to make sure your app is ready for those kinds of people. All right. So yes, it's very important because they're all gonna have smart accounts. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to wrap it up here
Yes.
because I literally have to get on a plane now.
Oh my God. We don't want to so he to miss their flight. She's gonna blame it on me because I was talking so much.
It's the abandonment issues, like everything.
So I want to say thank you so much for you guys
Yeah,
to
thank
coming
you.
out. Many of you guys came all 4 days. Sophie, what do you want to say to wrap it up?
I mean, honestly, thank you so much. We do this for you guys. Please don't miss next week because Pat, like, really, like, no matter his unhinged takes, he's got such a fire week for you guys. And
I
vibe
do.
coding is just not going to be the same after he's done with it. You killed it, Pat. I can't wait for next week.
I
And
can't
thank
wait
you.
either.
Deadline is Sunday.
Yes.
And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to join the mini kit Discord. Like always, question of the day. What was the question of the day, Pat?
Question of the day is what tools will help you to build? I it's kind of like a summarization, but like we want to know what tools will help you to build, what's missing, what can we improve? Um, yeah,
What can we do better for you guys? Let me know. Let
how can we
Pat
support
know.
you?
Yeah, I'm so stoked. Thank you so much for coming on a Friday. And yeah, I better run off to my plane. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Make that
Bye.
play, Tony. All right, take care, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.